Imagine how it would feel to be able to take your knowledge, your wisdom, your personal expertise, and share that with others in a live, interactive setting. To have the knowledge that you shared impact people in a way that is not only meaningful to them, but also rewarding for you as well. Now imagine that that experience, your experience and expertise, now translates into cash. This is what hosting a live workshop, bootcamp, VIP day, or retreat can do for you and the lives of others. And this is the opportunity that I'm so excited to share with you. I want to help you cast aside doubt and break through all of those barriers that may have stopped you up until now. Welcome to my 3-part video training series on how to make $5K a day plus hosting workshops and live events. I know it may sound a bit unbelievable, but it's possible. I've not only done it over and over again, but I've taught many of my clients to successfully use my formula. So if you're ready for change, ready to create something new and exciting, ready to deliver more than just information, but integration and then transformation, then pay attention. Be sure to download the workbook that you can save on your computer and return to, and please be sure to watch all 3 videos. You're one step closer to having the freedom to work at something that you love doing while also being able to pursue your passion for travel and spending time with your family and friends. Now, before we begin, I want to do some housekeeping with you and ask that you please have pen and paper, turn off the TV, disconnect yourself from social media, shut your office door, really give me your undivided attention. I don't want you to miss anything in this training series. So here we go. If you've ever considered hosting a live event or workshop and you've thought, I just have no clue where I need to begin. Maybe you've said to yourself, well, maybe I could give that a shot, but I'm not so sure where I'm going to get the money for something like that. Maybe you've told yourself, well, I've got some knowledge, but I'd love to share that with other people, but I just don't know how the heck people are going to show up. What would I charge them? What will they expect from me? And how do I construct the content? Well, I'm happy that you're watching. I have those answers for you. And quite frankly, I had some of the same concerns and doubts, which is why I know it's possible for you to go from where you are today to where you want to be in hosting your own live events and turning those into profit. Maybe you've tried hosting an event in the past. How did it go for you? Did you feel disorganized, like your message wasn't coming across authentically? Was the audience turnout not what you were expecting? And at the end of the day, did you feel like you put out more time and money and didn't get a lot back? The experience probably just left you hoping not to return to that. Well, I know an experience like that can be discouraging, and you could feel like a failure, but it's not your fault. Being successful at hosting an event really takes a well-thought-out plan, a blueprint, or a formula for attracting the right clientele, pulling the pieces together, and doing it successfully. Now, I'm not going to sugarcoat the facts on this one. The plan that I have laid out does require you to work, but I've structured my formula in such a way that we'll be working smarter, not harder, to get the results you desire. I will share with you the same steps that took me from earning $797 in 6 months to earning $97,000 in just 89 days hosting just a few workshops. So what's standing in your way? If you've come this far, then that means you know that you've got the goods. You have the knowledge, the talent, the experiences that you've been yearning to put out there for others to take advantage of. Now, you could be on the flip side of all of this, and you might be questioning whether or not you even have the talent, the experience, the knowledge, the speaking savvy to actually get up in front of the room, let alone own it. Well, listen, you have it. And you'll hone it by hosting small, intimate workshops that over a period of time promise to make you a more seasoned, experienced, knowledgeable, and powerful speaker and presenter. And by the way, that just happens to be a byproduct of hosting live events. I know you have the desire and the drive to see it all the way through. So what's your hang-up? Maybe you've got a limited budget. So what? You don't have a big email list that's ready to go? You don't need it. You're a hosting newbie? Don't worry about it. I'm going to get you through these challenges. They're a starting point for you, and I have a plan to tackle and win over each of these. Everyone starts at Go, brand new with doubts and worries, and it is the courageous who take consistent action with a plan and a formula who usually succeed. I mean, think of the person whose work inspires you, whom you look up to for guidance and knowledge. Maybe they're in a similar niche as you. Think of where that person is now. They began at the beginning. I know it can be hard for you to imagine this and hard to think that some of these dreams of yours can come true, but let me tell you, you're not alone in this. I've coached many people in similar situations as you who were having doubts, who started from zero and were able to successfully achieve live events. And I've been there myself. I went through a period of transition where I had virtually no cash flow. Like I said, earning just about $800 in 6 months. This after a divorce, moving 3 times in 34 days, and one of those out of the country. And I also had to undergo a huge emergency surgery. This was just prior to my breakthrough and shift. So in case you don't know my backstory, let me fill you in. I was a successful news anchor for Channel 11 News in Pittsburgh for over 20 years. I'm also an Emmy Award-winning TV host and presenter for PBS television. I loved my career, and I would often tell people that I was just a TV person playing a TV person on TV. Actually, what I am is a seasoned serial entrepreneur who's owned multiple businesses, both brick and mortar, online, in network marketing and direct sales. I'm also a speaker, author, and a coach. I'd had major success starting and owning and operating Full Body Fitness Club, a unique aerial fitness studio in Pittsburgh, and then securing partnerships with companies like Reebok and Cirque du Soleil. I'd also become the 54th highest paid distributor out of 70,000 other distributors in a network marketing company. I enjoyed a wonderful stint as a top video podcaster on iTunes and won multiple awards for a successful web-based TV series called Hustle and Heart TV. But I still couldn't crack the code on consistent income in the coaching industry. I thought I wanted to coach people on how to start and grow a podcast or YouTube channel. So I developed the Video Podcast Academy and started teaching people how to make successful videos and audio podcasts. And then I realized my true passion lied in what I had been given from my multiple coaches and my investment in becoming a certified life and business coach. I really wanted to teach people how to become more successful in business. I had a few coaching clients, and while traveling, living this freedom-based lifestyle, enjoying time in multiple homes that I rented and owned, again, I just wasn't really able to make consistent money in the coaching industry, especially online. I hadn't figured out the formula. I wanted it, I desired it, and I believed that I deserved it, especially after my recent divorce. But I hadn't quite figured out how to do what I felt best to do over the vast terrain and sheer coldness of the internet. I simply wasn't cutting it in this whole internet marketing and teaching people how to make podcasts all online. December 2015, several months after my divorce, I ran away and landed on a beach and in a condo in a place ironically called Runaway Bay, Jamaica, and I completely got off the grid. I took almost 6 months off. No coaching, no online connection, no seed planting, nothing. Have you ever been there? Have you ever been in a place in your life where you simply lose interest because life and some major challenges get too big for you? I wanted to shut it all down, but I knew that I couldn't, and I knew that I couldn't afford to. And then just as I was planning my comeback, I faced a major surgery and needed to return to the United States. Not to mention it was time to pay attention to my mounting bills and the fact that I had let my coaching and speaking income dry up. My direction on what to coach in and speak on was also in question. Change and shift needed to occur. Now, I'm going to be honest with you as well. I felt somewhat lost, and I knew that I was. But it was time to act, time to stop making excuses and get back into the game and back into the hustle. So I dug deep. I got serious with myself. I checked in with the kind of coach training that I had been investing in, and I pulled up my big girl panties, and I knew that now was the time to unleash my passions and take action. I also knew that I had a few things going for me. I knew what I really wanted to do was to coach people on how to unleash their passions, which happens to be what my book, Hustle, is about. I also took stock in the fact that I really do enjoy coaching people on how to get clear on who they are and how they show up in the world, help them to chart a true course of action, assist them in finding ways to become more visible online and offline, and to change their money story and get on to earning more money and living the lives that they truly deserve. After all, I had just been through this. I also had years of major success using those same 4 things that I knew best in business. And I knew that they worked because I'd made tens of thousands of dollars using my 4 core components for success. And I knew if I turned to those and I started coaching people on those strategies that I could help them to become successful. I also knew that personal connection is key and that sometimes the process from inquiry to obtaining a credit card is shortened with human connection and conversation, and not just with freebie handouts, white papers, and checklists all delivered online. So I had to act, and I didn't have much choice or much time. My income was drying up. I had to make and take some bold moves and some swift action and get into momentum because my livelihood depended on it. I was unavailable to give up on this lifestyle of travel, freedom, and working for myself and doing my life's passion, so I needed a huge cash infusion, and I needed it right away. I developed a live workshop teaching my 4 core components for success, and I called it See and Be Seen. It includes a 46-page workbook and 7 hours of content. And I created it in just a couple of weeks. And I enrolled my first 5 participants at a cost of $997 each. Now, I didn't want this workshop to be too large. I wanted it to be intimate and VIP-like with a feel of luxury and personal attention to detail. A true extension of how I would want to be treated in a semi-private intensive. I really had to ask God for the answers and ask for guidance on this. And I knew that I wanted to be of major service to others in a way that felt genuine, authentic, and real. I wanted to create a training program that resonated with me at a deeper level, that highlights my core competencies that could be easily digested and used and then produce quick results. And so you see, at this point of knowing, I needed to institute something different in my own experience. And you may be right here, right now, ready to give up, but ready to do something different. So let me ask you, are you passionate about what you do? And do you really want to make a difference, a huge difference for your clients? Are you confident about your expertise and the kind of impact it can make on your clients, but your calendar isn't as full as you would like for it to be? Are you trading time for dollars, charging by the hour and giving away a ton of your time? Or are you on the verge of burnout and ready to throw in the towel? If you're like I was and your cash had slowed down and you stopped and you felt desperate to try and figure it all out, then again, I'm glad you're here. And if there is a gap somewhere in your program offer, somewhere between free and low ticket and high end, then hosting workshops is going to be your solution as well. This is great because all of the ideas that you begin to generate can help you structure your own workshop and give you a go-back follow-up formula to return to your existing warm market who hasn't purchased from you yet. By using this 5-step method I want to share with you, you'll learn how to host workshops in your own community and around the country while you travel, not to mention the write-offs and fringe benefits. And you'll have your clients leaving your workshop feeling like they've had a valuable experience with you and knowing that they've got a clear-cut roadmap to setting up their own plan of action, moving closer to getting their own desired results, and trusting that you have just given them the tools and strategy they need for success. It is such a rewarding experience for both you and your client, and it doesn't necessarily come in an online purchase from your digital information. The steps in the formula you work with VIP days, virtual online workshops, and private intensives, you name it, you can do it with this formula. Although I highly recommend that whatever you call it or however you structure it, that it is live and preferably in person. That face-to-face intimate connection is so important, and it can be so powerful and profound. I think for those of us who spend hours online in front of our computers or cell phones on social media and sending and receiving emails know what it means to lose the human touch and human connection. And quite frankly, if you are in the business of helping and serving and supporting others, doesn't it make sense that we spend some time together face to face with a hug or a high five every once in a while? So that's what I'm going to show you. How to go back to the basics of connecting, reinforcing, working together in live and small group settings so that your participants get the most out of the time with you. Together, we are going to structure for you a small-scale live event for a half-day or 8-hour-long experience. You'll decide what type of content works best to include in your workshop, how to price your workshop, the 4 best ways to market your workshop, how to best pre-qualify your attendees for maximum success for everyone involved, and so much more. Let me assure you that you are in the right place even if you're not sure if hosting workshops, boot camps, or retreats are right for you. Even if you're not a coach or a teaching expert. Because here's the deal, anyone can host a live event. And in any industry, health, spirituality, relationships, business, fitness, transformation, hobbyist, and everything in between. I can't even think of any niche that can't use these steps in this formula to expose your unique information, your expertise, your specialized training material, or just about anything that you've learned that you can share with your clients. I do want to point out, and you may be aware, that some of the biggest names in the expert industry use VIP days, intensives, live workshops, retreats, destination trainings, live events, all of the above to generate income, and they're all a part of their working model in business. These people and these experiences create massive value and the potential to earn substantial income, anywhere from an extra $500 to $20,000 and beyond in just one day. So your specialized workshops will help your clients. You'll also be able to fill the gap in your business from free offers to higher priced offers. Help to create a more long-term relationship with your ideal clients and customers. Your workshops can be a lot easier to sell because it's a smaller investment for your clients over your other higher-end programs. And promoting your workshops make it easier for you to fill your calendar with other clients more quickly. If you travel a lot, filling your away schedule with workshops and live events to work with long-distance clients is as easy as getting it on the books. Plus, you can invite people from another city to come and meet you. So answer these 2 questions. How much do you really want to succeed? And how serious are you about taking the most needed action to move forward and make more money and work with your ideal client? As you learn my 5 steps to making $5K plus a day by hosting workshops, I want you to keep these answers to those questions at the forefront of your brain. In the next video, I lay out my tried and true 5 steps that I share in the workshop formula with my clients, and it has worked for them and allowed them to be able to book several workshops as well as given them the financial stability they desire. We'll go through how and what you'll need to communicate to the venues and caterers, plus the necessary information that you'll want to make sure that you have before, during, and after your workshop. We'll also go over how to prepare and produce the content that will go into creating your experience, bringing together your ideas, your talking points, and takeaways into a cohesive, meaningful experience. I'll also walk you through the 4 different content versions that you can choose from to craft your signature workshop and decide which you'll want to utilize for your best outcome. Together, I'll show you how to mine for and present the gems or the best aspects of your knowledge and expertise that you'll want to share with your clients so that they'll get the most value from the experience. And we'll break down one of the biggest concerns for many people, preparing a red carpet experience on a shoestring budget. No worries. We'll break down a budget that's mindful of the expenses that can come along with creating a workshop so that you're not stuck in the money pitfalls. So I'll see you in the next video.
Prior to enrolling with the workshop formula, I didn't even know that that was a thing. Learning how to set up a workshop without a huge list of clients, without a very expensive website or tons of cash in your pocket, and really getting your information out there to people who care and want to hear it was fantastic. That was exactly what I needed. I always thought that hosting workshops or live events, that there was a lot more to it financially, technologically, and in all the other arenas, when really you could present your workshop through the workshop formula simply, easily, and effectively.